When my family told me that they wanted to come to Thailand and have a 2-week holiday and experience what this country has to offer, both in the north as well as here in the south, and end in Bangkok, I could not wait to put this itinerary together. Here's what's to come. As someone who's lived in Thailand for over 10 years and travelled to every corner of this incredible country, I knew I had all of the experience and knowledge needed to become the best travel guide for my family. This really has reaffirmed to me that this is by far the most beautiful place in Thailand.
I'll never forget that moment. That whole journey was incredible.
So I invite you to come on holiday, come on vacation with me and my family for the next 2 weeks. And because I want this video to be as useful to you, the viewer, as possible, every single place and every single thing that we experience and go to in this video will be linked in the description. So what you could do is you could just literally watch this video and copy the itinerary, and I guarantee you, you'd have a pretty great time. Right, so our story begins in Phuket because it was just cheaper and easier for my mum to fly in to Phuket. If you come into Thailand from abroad, you're going to be either landing in Bangkok or Phuket, and for this trip, they began in Phuket.
Cheers, my lovely. So good to see you. Looking forward to this.
And so, after they'd had a few nights in Phuket, got over their jet lag, we met down in Nai Han, my favourite part of Phuket. It's next to Rawai. The weather wasn't great, but it was great for us just to have a place to catch up. Lots of things to talk about and gossip about. And so yeah, we just had some good food, some nice beers at sunset, and enjoyed what southern Phuket has to offer, which is, if you're staying in the right place, quite a lot of rest and relaxation. So yeah, the weather's not been that great here in Phuket for the last couple of days, but it doesn't really matter. We've just been catching up and having fun out here in one of the most rugged, most beautiful parts of Phuket. Even in the cloudy, overcast weather, it's still been really beautiful, and also it's just so nice to catch up with my mum and my aunt and Tony. Like, it's just so special to spend my time, and they're so funny. Like, we did that hike, and like the conversation that you have with 65-year-olds whilst hiking is, oh, my new hip is really performing very well. I'm really happy with my new hip. And I'm like, I can't relate, guys, but maybe I will in 30 years' time. Love it. But then I was really excited for this part of the trip. The entire 2 weeks, basically, from this point on, was the itinerary that I've put together. And so there was a bit of pressure on me, but so far it's been going really well, because we left Phuket and we took a speedboat to this island. This is Koh Yao Noi, and it's very close to Phuket. It took about half an hour on a speedboat and only cost 500 baht. And that also included a transfer to our accommodation, which is this beautiful little hotel. This is Coastal Escapes, and it's got 4 villas. Each villa is the same. It's 2-bedroom.
I cannot believe it. I'm overwhelmed, honestly. Got a great big lump in my throat. Something like that in your life. I can't believe it.
Oh!
Oh,
very nice.
Very nice.
And there's a kitchen, there's a big living room, and our own little pool, and a big lawn that leads here to this beautiful, we've got our own beach, basically. This place is incredible. This island is very local, it's very quiet, it's much more affordable, and we get to enjoy paradise practically, you know, in much more peace and quiet in comparison to Phuket. Anyway, my mum and her husband Tony, they've had 3 hip replacements between them in the last 6 months. Here they are saying, let's go on a bike ride, let's go for a hike to the waterfall. So they're really active for their age, which is great. So we've just been relaxing and just having good food, good company, and staying active, which is my kind of holiday. This island of Koh Yao Noi was somewhere I was really excited to take my family, because the vibe here for the next 3 days was just one of relaxing, enjoying the pristine nature of this island, and really enjoying the slower pace of life. Like I mentioned, we didn't have the best weather, but we still would trek with a few beautiful sunrises. Our hotel and the beach faces east, so yeah, mornings were pristine, gorgeous, still, and very calm. One thing I love about my mum and my auntie Joanne is they both absolutely love to swim. They love the ocean, and so every morning watching them go out for their morning stroll and their morning swim in the warm waters of Thailand was just so great. They didn't have a gym, but that didn't mean that I wasn't able to keep active and maintain my workouts in the mornings. And because this is the tropics, now and again big rainstorms would roll in. But they never lasted more than half an hour, and they were magnificent and stunningly beautiful. The pounding rain and the distant thunderstorms in a tropical environment, strangely beautiful. And when the rain cleared, there was plenty of time for bird watching, reading a book, and just soaking up this beautiful island, very close by to Phuket itself. Koh Yao is split actually into two islands, Yao Noi and Yao Yai. One means small, one means big, basically. And so we were on the small one, so it's really easy to explore the island on 2 wheels. It's about a 15-kilometer circle. There are a few hills, but nothing that we all couldn't manage. And yeah, we just enjoyed cycling around and finding our own little adventure, our own little coffee shops in the town, and enjoying a cultural market and an event that was put on to show the more local way of life here in Koh Yao Noi. Our hotel did delicious foods, and so whenever we ate there and had a few cocktails at happy hour, we were having a great time. But by far our favourite thing to do was spending our evenings at the Sunset Bar. This little Thai lady is full of energy, and she has the biggest smile on the island. She knocks out rustic cocktails, freezing cold beers, and she has a little wooden sunset bar, which, as you can imagine, has a very good view of the sunset. It's a great place to meet other travelers, share advice, share travel stories. Everyone here is relaxed and happy to be in a place less busy and less touristy than nearby Phuket, Koh Phi Phi and Krabi.
Welcome! Come in! Come next! Come tomorrow! Yeah! Yay!
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
No, so
This video or
picture.
เชื่อใช่ไหม
Both.
เบิร์ดเหรอ
1, 2, 3.
สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome
I had the option to take my family to dozens of nearby islands, but I chose this one for a reason, and I was really glad that my mum and my whole family really enjoyed my selection of not just the hotel, but of the beach and of the island. It was a real laid-back place, and we'll be back 1000% for sure. One of the best parts about coming here, actually, is being able to practice and have fun learning this new lens, this new camera system, but especially this lens. This is a 70-200 f4 Sony lens, and this is really good for zooming in on things that are quite far away, which is great because here they have some incredible birds, including the beautiful hornbills that live on this island. And this morning I was reading my book just behind me there on that sun lounger, and a mating bird and its wife came in. Are they husband and wife? Maybe they're husband and husband, I don't know. But anyway, they flew in this morning and they were just hanging out, and they flew from tree to tree, and I got to film them. So I finally have a camera now and a lens that I can actually film epic quality content, capture the beautiful natures around me, and I don't have to use stock footage. I can actually say, this is my footage. And if you want it, you can buy it now, because it's that good, in my opinion. So yeah, that's been a real highlight for me in the last few days, just practicing this and continuing to, because we've got some pretty beautiful locations to come on this trip. In fact, tomorrow morning, let's pick things up when we check out here, and we're going to head over to a pretty magnificent place, probably the gem of southern Thailand, arguably the most beautiful place in Thailand. So let's pick things up tomorrow morning when we leave this beautiful place and make our way over there. Away the tune. For me as the tour guide, the thing that I really wanted to put my skills and experience to use in was making our travel days as interesting as possible, so that not only could we go from point A to point B as easily and potentially as quickly as possible, but that each journey we took was efficient, comfortable, and yeah, interesting. And thankfully, through my experience, I knew that here in the Phang Nga Bay, all of these islands have local long-tail boats that not only transport the locals and the school children to school from different islands to different islands, but they also transport goods, foods, and other things. And for 300 baht per person, we were going to ride this local longtail for an hour and a half through the bay, across the ocean, and into the river systems of Phang Nga Bay itself, to make our way to Khao National Park, our next destination. And I was really glad that my family were really enjoying this way of transport, because it would have been easier and probably cheaper to go back to the mainland of Phuket and catch a minivan, but this was just so cool. And once we'd snaked our way up through the mangrove forests, we jumped on a little local taxi that took us to Phang Nga bus station. And then from there, we organized a private minivan for around about $80 to take us from there straight to the pier to catch our boat to our hotel, floating on the beautiful Khao Lake itself.
Very posh. Oh.
Crazy. Look at this. Wake us up when we get there.
Now the bad weather had returned, and we could see dark and scary looking rain clouds in the distance, and with the distant thunder, we knew that we were probably gonna get soaked. And that's exactly what happened. We got absolutely drenched. My Aunt Joanne, for some reason, didn't decide to put on her rain jacket. I think she's just built differently. Obviously I had to protect my camera equipment, but yeah, we got absolutely soaked. But then when we arrived at our hotel, the weather cleared and we were greeted with just One of the most beautiful places in the world, guys. This hotel is called Panvaree The Greenary, and I'd stayed here before. I'd made a video about this place before, but returning this time around, I'd forgotten how beautiful it was and how charming the wooden floating rooms actually were. Before we continue, a quick message from today's sponsor, Klook. Klook is the ultimate platform when it comes to booking unforgettable experiences when you're on your travels. Now, whether you're going traveling solo or with your family, just like in this video, Klook enables you amazing opportunities to book things to do, book your transport, car rentals, hotels, and even eSIMs now. Using Klook is a breeze. You just open up the app or the website, and then you peruse all of the different activities and things there are to see and do in said destination wherever you're going. So for example, I'm in the downtime now between editing and getting ready for my next big trip, and I wanted to see what was happening on Klook, and I saw that right next to our house, one of our favorite spas is actually on Klook, and they have a 20% discount if you book through the app. And that's exactly what we did. Me and Miss P went down there this afternoon. We booked it on the app, and we had a 2-hour body scrub and oil massage. And we just love that spa. They give you a snack, they give you a hot drink, they give you mango sticky rice at the end. We absolutely love that spa, and I really recommend it if you're in Bangkok and you're looking to relax, get away from the hustle and bustle of the city. They'll actually pick you up in a tuk-tuk from Phom Prong BTS, or you can just walk there yourself. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're probably planning a trip to Thailand, or at least somewhere, hopefully tropical. And so have a look on Klook, see what activities, look at the hotels, all of the things that there are to do on the app. You'll find some great deals. And if you use the link in the description and my promo code, you'll actually get the best deal possible on Klook. So use Klook to see more, to do more, and to experience more when you travel. Thanks to Klook for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to paradise. Is it comfy, Tony? Is it comfy?
Well, I'm just waiting for it to go snap.
Now, I recommend that you stay 2 nights here because, as you'll see, you get double the experience and you just get more time to relax here on the lake. And the hotel really do try their best to put on things for you to enjoy other than relaxing in your room and soaking up the views.
Chicken soup. Vegetarian. 1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Cheers, and thank you again. Thank you forever.
When I came here last, nearly 4 years ago now, it was in the height of COVID, and I was one of only 3 guests. So it's really good to see that the Panvaree is back to full flow. We've got families from Germany and America and a few other places. And I really did forget just how epically beautiful Khao National Park is, especially this floating hotel. It has such a good spot here. I mean, it is moody, it's overcast, it's stormy, there is distant thunder, but this is one of the most incredible views, and you can just, like I've been doing, sat in the corner there having a quiet beer, just admiring it. Other people have gone out for kayak trips. My mum and Joanne, they've gone out kayaking somewhere. Other people are just leaving now, going on a bird watching tour. When we were coming in on the boat in the rain, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I've been here 3 times before, and I'd forgotten. Like, this is the most epic place in Thailand, hands down. So later in the afternoon, around 5 p.m, we were taken on a 1.5-hour safari cruise where we boarded the longtail boat. They had the engine on low, and we just cruised through the canals across the lake in search of wildlife, incredible views, and just soaking up the absolutely magical atmosphere that this national park bestows upon you. We've got monkeys.
I don't know if my mum and Tony or Joanne are coming on this. They're a little bit sleepy this morning. I hope they slept okay. So it might just be me.
Oh, I spoke too soon. There they are.
Did you sleep okay?
It was a bit stormy.
Stormy?
Yes, yeah.
What do you mean, like noisy or?
Yes, it was noisy, creaking, and there was a log banging underneath the cabin.
Are you coming on the little morning boat ride?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully we'll see some eagles.
I'm not at the ready.
Make sure, if you stay here, to wake up early and do the sunrise nature tour. It's not only peaceful and absolutely beautiful at this time of day, but as you'll see, you'll need your trusty long lens to take nice photographs and videos of the wildlife that hopefully you'll see, just like we did. We joined another Belgian family and we went on the hunt with a few other boats from a few other hotels, with our eyes and ears perked for any sign of wildlife. And it wasn't long before we heard the distant calls of the gibbons. Oh, there's a baby on his belly. Wow. And thanks to my trusty new lens, we were able to capture some great footage. Like I said, the resort does about 2 or 3 different activities each day to keep you busy, but in your downtime you have plenty of time to swim, kayak, and soak up one of the most epic locations in the country. If you stay 2 nights at the lake, then on the second day you get to go on one of the tours to one of the caves. There's 3 or 4 different caves and we're going to go to visit one of them now. It involves getting back on the boat and a little bit of a jungle trek and then up into a cave. So let's see what it's like. First time the sun's come out and the colour of the lake really pops, really turns to that bright turquoise colour in the sunlight. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, proper jungle here. Oh, look at that spider. He's a small one as well. The hike to the cave took about half an hour and it was quite rugged but easily doable for all ages and fitness levels. And eventually we made it to a clearing where there was a bamboo raft to take us the last little bit to the entrance of the cave. And just look how beautiful this place was. They gave us headlamps and walking sticks. Okie dokie, into the cave we go. And it was really interesting to go into the depths of the Earth's crust. Real adventurous. Okay, that cave was small but fun, really fascinating. And we've come out and we're making our way back to the raft. And it's raining. Looks like we're gonna get wet on the way home. Okay, our 3 days, 2 nights at the incredible Khao National Park are over, and we had so much fun staying at the Panvaree The Greenary once again. I get a lot of questions about where should I go when I come to Thailand. You should come here, okay? This should be the only thing that you come and see, if you ask me, because it really is just this unbelievable. This really has reaffirmed to me that this is by far the most beautiful place in Thailand. It really doesn't get much better than this. The most unique, most incredible landscapes in the country of Thailand, and that's saying something because this country has a few. We've got a lazy morning this morning. We don't get to go on the morning cruise looking for wildlife like we did yesterday. I mean, we could probably squeeze on, but they're all asleep. And I'm just going to have a morning coffee and soak up these views. We haven't really had good weather here. That's the only sad thing. We've had lots of rain, we've had lots of storms, but if anything, I think it just adds to the drama. I absolutely love the clouds in the national park, the way they come over these limestone cliffs. We've had storms in the distance. It's been truly epic. Yes, when the sun comes out, it really illuminates the colour of the lake. It goes from this teal colour to this bright turquoise, and it really is something to behold. But anyway, can't control the weather. We're going to leave here this morning. We're going to get the boat all the way back to the pier. We're then going to organise a taxi to Suratani Airport, where we're going to catch a 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hour flight to Chiang Mai. All right then, let's get going. Yeah, our travel day went really smoothly and we were all in Chiang Mai safe and sound by the late afternoon. And since it was the long weekend, Miss P had flown up from Bangkok to join us for the next few days as we explored Chiang Mai and Chiang Dao. Back in Chiang Mai, Miss P had only one thing in her mind, and that was to find some delicious khao soy and a yummy coffee shop to get some slice of cakes and enjoy the beautiful street art of Chiang Mai Old Town. After today's lazy morning, we're all going to regroup and we're going to check out and we're going to head north to a very special place. You can't come to Chiang Mai and not show your family some of the most beautiful and historic temples in this city. And then around about lunch, we checked out and jumped on our motorbikes and headed the 75 kilometers or so north to the city of Chiang Dao. Me and Miss P rode together and Tony followed behind on his motorbike. My mum and aunt decided to get a taxi instead, so we all decided to meet at the Airbnb. And at the foothill of Chiang Dao mountain and the green, luscious surroundings, we all arrived safe and sound to the Airbnb. Paddy, Khao.
countryside, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at that view.
Hello. Great, isn't it? Have you seen the side of the fridge?
Is this your room? Oh, the kitchen, my God. Look at that. Was that soup already in there? You had it in case. Oh, beautiful, isn't it?
Terrific, isn't it?
See which is our better side.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, welcome to the beautiful, incredible Chiang Dao, and one of my favourite spots in the entire country, and my favourite spot probably in the north. And I've stayed up here many, many times on my own with other friends, but this is the first time I've ever been able to come here with my family. And I found this place on Airbnb. I mean, just look at it. It is immaculate. A beautiful Thai wooden house, gorgeous wooden interior and very homely. Got downstairs bedroom where me and Miss P are going to stay, nice and cozy. And then there's a huge kitchen and dining room and comfy living room, beautiful veranda, gorgeous gardens with incredible views of the beautiful mountain of Chiang Dao itself.
We're here 2 days, are we?
2 nights, 3 days.
Right, so we're going to need some milk.
It's very practical as well. We've got some place to park our motorbikes, as well as there are some complimentary mountain bikes to get around town, which is quite useful because Joanne isn't going to be going on the bikes very much. She might have to cycle into town if we pop to the market or to Seven, or there's a few restaurants and bars around here. There's also laundry, so they're just doing their bits and bobs, because when you've been on the road for a couple of weeks like they have now, your bag starts to smell, so that's good. And then the rooms upstairs are gorgeous. Mum and Dad in the big master, Joanne in the twin. It's gorgeous. And just listen. There's no traffic, there's no beeping, it's just bird song.
That lovely. I love that little corner.
Are you comfy?
I am.
You got your feet up?
I have. It's beautiful.
Another reason I chose this Airbnb was because we're a family and there was now 5 of us. I wanted somewhere homely and somewhere that we could relax and enjoy space and to be together in a homely family situation.
It's beautiful, that mountain.
Somewhere we could grab beers, a bottle of wine, get some food and bring it back and enjoy sunsets in the garden. Bye-bye, sun. Finally we got the good weather up north. And who knows, even have a little boogie at the end of the night. Look at Tony.
Ready to go?
Now, while Chiang Dao is quite a big, expansive area, there's not a lot to do other than drive around, explore, but most importantly, enjoy the beautiful views. But there is one location that I'd never been to before that I knew my family and I had to check out. But we'd heard that it was going to take a couple of hours and be quite adventurous, so being British, the first thing we needed was a good old cup of tea. Or an iced Americano if you've been living in Thailand for too long like me. And so yeah, this is Chiang Dao Cave Temple, and well, let me explain a little bit more. Even though I've been to Chiang Dao many times, I've never been to this temple. and I heard that you can pay 200 baht and go in and through the temple into a cave, and we can have a tour of a cave, and I've never been here before, so this will be a first for me. It's quite good fun going to a temple with Miss P because she can read everything and tell me what all the stuff means. Normally I have to just guess or make it up. But here at this particular temple they've got this little lake here, and it's holy water, and there is a beautiful statue of Naga, and for 9 baht you can buy a little ribbon and you write a little wish on the ribbon, tie it around the lake, and it will hopefully make that wish come true. Newcastle to win the Premier League. I'll be honest with you, nothing really prepared us for the scale of the size of this cave. And once we'd gotten inside the cave, we met our tour guide.
Steps go on up somewhere.
Wow. And they had a light for us, and we followed him up into the cave. And this is where things got very wild. We were in here for an hour, and we just kept going deeper and darker and deeper into the cave. This is cool. In the cave with the fam. Are you getting hot? Yeah. It'll get hotter and hotter the more we go in. You made it, you made it. We saw creepy crawlies, sleeping bats, stalagmites, and all sorts of wondrous things. Watch out for the massive spider on the roof.
Nice to see that.
And for the rest of the afternoon, we just enjoyed the scenes here in my favourite part of northern Thailand. We found this gorgeous little cafe / restaurant up on a hill with beautiful views. It was a great place for us to eat some organic Thai food, have another cup of tea, and just relax. Oh, that's very, very yummy. There was also a beautiful afternoon market just on the street near our Airbnb, and honestly this is one of the most authentic local street food markets I've ever experienced in Thailand. It's on every Thursday. We got so lucky that there was this random market on a Thursday right next to the house. Been raiding every street vendor that's selling delicious looking vegetarian food for Joanne, and anything else that looks yummy for the rest of us. So much to choose from, and it's really local. And we grabbed loads of different things and some cold beers and headed back to enjoy the afternoon at the beautiful wooden house. And the last place I took them to was my favourite craft beer and burger joint. My aunt is vegetarian, but she loved her mushroom burger, and we all devoured our beef, chicken and wild boar burgers and sank it down with a few craft beers. What a perfect way to end the day here in Chiang Dao. All right, so this is the final morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. The beautiful Doyle Chiang Dao peak. It's hiding behind the morning mist or the early morning fog, but I have a drone. And so I just flew it across the valley, up into the clouds, flying through the clouds like a bird. And as I came up through the fog, the mountain was revealed. Truly incredible scenes. So I'm sure during the course of the morning, as we wake up and have a cup of tea and a bit of breakfast, the morning fog will roll through the valley and we'll have a beautiful, clear, sunny day. Later, after checkout, we're heading back to Chiang Mai to catch a flight to Bangkok, because this trip has one final chapter. We have to go to Bangkok, which is lucky for us and lucky for you, because most likely your trip will begin or end in Bangkok, just like my auntie has a flight out of Bangkok. It's the capital city, home to 15 million people, incredible food, thousands of things to do and see. And because I live there and have done for the last 2 years with Miss P, we know the city quite well. So we're going to try our best in the short space of time that we have there to show my auntie Joanne, mum and Tony, the beauty outside of the manic craziness that Bangkok might look like from the outside. But anyway, we've still got one lovely morning left here. It turns out there's a really cute little coffee shop right behind our Airbnb. And they've just built a gorgeous little bamboo wooden hut. They've got an incredible looking coffee here. Our travel day back from Chiang Mai went really smoothly. We just had to drive all the way back to Chiang Mai city, return our rental motorbikes, and we had about 2 hours to kill before our flight to Bangkok, so we went to go get some massages, which was nice. And then yeah, a 1 hour flight, stress-free, AirAsia down from Chiang Mai to Suvarnabhumi airport, where we got a transfer, a taxi back to my apartment. And my mum and Tony and Joanne checked into their hotel. They were staying very close by to where I live. And so I decided to go take them around the sort of fancy malls and restaurants of the area that I live in, here in Phom Prong in Bangkok. And I just wanted to show them the modern, fancy side of Bangkok.
I feel like I'm in a movie.
Oh, it's like overwhelming, isn't it, really?
You were like, where are they going?
Where are they all going at this time? They should be heading home.
The following day, it was our last full day in Thailand as a family, because my auntie Joanne was going to catch a flight at 2 a.m. in the morning back to the UK. And I asked her, you know, what do you want to do on your last full day here in Thailand and your only full day in Bangkok? And she said that she'd really enjoyed my videos in Bangkok this year, and she particularly liked the look of the hidden Bangkok tour in Panvaree, where you go down the boat on the canals and you see the local way of life. And it was a good idea from Joanne, because now we get to see, you know, the modern side near where I live, and now we get to go see a more traditional side of Bangkok. Yep. What's your name, please? And thankfully, my good friend and the owner of Hidden Bangkok Tours, met up with us, and he was actually able to lead our tour, which was great. And we did our usual, which was just cruise the canals, enjoy the views, enjoy sunset, and get to know this beautiful, unique part of the city. Just as beautiful as always on the Hidden Bangkok tours. Om's doing his usual amazing tour information, and my mum and Tony's loving this. This is something he was really looking forward to. The big Buddha, sadly under construction for a while, but still, just even in scaffolding, looks absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's spectacular. It's absolutely amazing.
And as the sun was setting, I thought it was a perfect opportunity, even though I only had about 3% left on my battery on my camera, to ask my mum how she thought my itinerary had come together and if she'd really enjoyed our time
as a family, touring around the beautiful country of Thailand. What's been the highlight of your holiday? Or your trip to Thailand, I should say.
It's so difficult to choose one above another, but I think I absolutely loved that day. I loved Koh Yao Noi. I loved that island. It was incredible. And I know it was sad to leave the island, but when we did, we went on that longboat that was full of all the local people going about there, and we went past that Muslim floating village. I'll never forget that moment. That whole journey was incredible. I loved that day. And then, of course, Chiang Dao, the mountains, the colours in the sky, the clouds peeking through the mountain, just incredible. And then just the whole experience of seeing so much in such a short period of time. And
Are you knackered?
no, I feel fulfilled.
We flew
Fantastic.
from place to place, so that
Yeah,
helped, didn't it?
yes, it did help. So no, I wouldn't change any of it. I wouldn't change a single thing. And I'll be forever grateful, Paddy, honestly. It's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Ni bother pet.
Yeah, we are, man.
In the end, it ended with us cruising down the Chai Phraya, and we went past Wat Arun at night, and because it's the festive time of year, they had this special light show and it looked absolutely incredible. And then from there we were able to make our way over to Khao San Road, because again my auntie Joanne said that she really wanted to go have a look, take a quick peek at one of the most famous places in Bangkok. And we really enjoyed our little cruise along the street, seeing all of the bars and having a few cheeky beers along the way. So look, I want to wrap up the video and say thank you for watching all the way to the end. Quite a long video, but you know, we were in Thailand for 2 weeks and we saw so much. In Phuket, Koh Yao Noi, Khao Sok National Park, Chiang Mai, Chiang Dao and Bangkok. So 6 locations, and I wanted to give each location justice. And of course, as I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, there'll be a link in the description to my website where I'll write a whole blog post in detail of the itinerary with costs, locations and exact information on exactly how the hell do you get from point A to point B on this itinerary as smoothly as possible. Of course, you can then change your itinerary to your budgets. If you have a bit more money, you can stay in more fancy resorts. If you have a bit less money, then you can maybe stay in a hotel near Khao Sok and not on the lake. You can find a cheaper Airbnb in Chiang Dao, or just, you know, amend the itinerary to your budget, your needs, your family or group size. If you're a solo traveler, you could also steal this itinerary and amend it to your own budget and style as well. A big thank you to Klook, the sponsor. Please check out the link in the description to them. Download the app and see what they have on offer. Book your tours, book your travels, book your activities when you go to Thailand or anywhere really. Also, a quick mention to say that I'm learning this new camera. I have the new Sony a7S III. It's not new, it's like 4 years old, but this is my new camera. I've got the new lens, I've got the ND filters, so I'm still learning how to use this fully professional manual camera. So there were a few scenes in this video, particularly in the cave where I had it all in the wrong settings, and it's been great because this whole trip with my family was a great way for me to just bring this new camera and learn how to use the lenses, learn how to use the system. And I learned so much, and I'm taking all of those lessons into this road trip with Zelda in the next episode, which begins next week. So thank you for watching again. Hit like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you very soon.